the unthinkable. A gymnast arrives at one of the biggest moments of her life without the number she needs to compete, and the lack of that number completely unnerves her. Does it unnerve Team USA? We'll find out. We've reached the halfway mark, yes, and it's time to make sure everybody has their numbers firmly tacked on. These are the Wild World Championships of 2003. We'll be back after this with the updated standings. Where to begin with the story in Anaheim, California? Falls, major spills, deductions, an American gymnast almost competing without a number, then being given too long to compete with it. Then Holly Weiss given a score of 8.875 after then falling, and that score propels the United States into the lead to China and Li Ya.
And the head coach for China, Liu Shanshen, said he wasn't surprised about China's performance after the first day, but he was very aware of the other team's mistakes, and he said it's going to be much more difficult for his young team because of the pressure, the 3-up, 3-count for today's competition.
He also said that this young lady is the most consistent gymnast on the team and the toughest mentally.
Li Ya received a 9.587, her only rotation so far on the uneven bars.
Hey, Al, I got to tell you, we just talked about this whole time thing with Holly Weiss, and I don't know why she's not going. She did a lot of warm-up on the podium, which
is a no-no.
A little bit of a no-no. You can do some stretching, but actually flipping around really shouldn't be doing that up there.
China posted
wait a minute, what's the difference? I mean, if I'm stretching, maybe that's my kind of warming up.
Well,
well, let's see what happens.
Acrobatic elements, actually doing gymnastics. Yeah, it's a fine line.
I think China impressed the entire audience, the world, other gymnasts with these performances on the beam. They posted some huge scores. Very difficult exercises. They take huge risk, throwing her head back in a jump like that, losing sight of the beam. Check this out. Combinations like this you're seeing more and more of. Again, taking risk. They have such a great flow in their routine. Beauty.
The rules are so stringent on connections and how specific. Little bit of a check on that. Didn't have enough rotation. How specific things have to be done to get credit, and certainly the Chinese do things like that.
Beautiful,
so definite. There's really no question that they're going to get all of the bonus that they're looking for on most of the elements. Beautiful, beautiful balance beam.
But just little itty-bitty balance checks here and there. Not quite the crisp performance that she had in day one.
Well, how about this? I mean, after some major mistakes, little itty-bitty ones don't seem so bad.
Well, see, Al, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, you can stretch and you can move around.
But this is part of her routine.
Yeah, and she's really doing this. And at this point right here, I'm pretty sure, but I believe they've already got the go sign up.
What's the point here, Tim? Did you see the judges make a motion or put a flag up or do anything?
They have her name and number, and once they have the score for the other gymnast, the go sign goes up for her, and that means technically, like with Holly Weiss, technically she has 30 seconds to mount the beam. If she doesn't, she can receive a warning, and then a possible deduction. Very rare, though. It doesn't happen.
Here we go again.
Now, Zhang Nan is pretty much doing the same thing. Now, do you think there's a penalty already included in 9.487?
No, they do not take it off of a specific gymnast. It would come off of the team total, but I haven't seen anything that leads me to believe that a deduction has been incurred. I tell you, though, they are certainly annoying the judges. Nellie Kim, the head judge on balance beam, maybe not the most patient person I've ever met.
Well, try and pick now who you think is going to win.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Looks a lot better for Team USA, though. I tell you, Al, if they are able to do that after all they have been through, they lost athletes that unquestionably would have been in the top 3 on events.
Watching this balance beam routine, there are a few little question marks in what she's performing, not quite as exact as she did in day 1. Again, the pressure is huge, knowing that this has to count. Chinese taking huge risks in their routines.
Her coaches say she learns moves very, very quickly. Sometimes lacks a little bit of mental toughness, but is considered, at least by head coach Liu, the best all-round gymnast that China has ever produced.
She holds on to stick it, and maybe the Chinese women are steadying the ship. After Li Ya's 9.487, hard to imagine that Zhang Nan was not going to get a number pretty much just like it.
And you know what was so impressive about this routine is the huge risk that she takes right off the top. Many athletes in this competition are just not doing mounts of this quality.
And a 9.625 on the balance beam for Zhang Nan. They try to get back into the medal picture. Meanwhile, the United States moves on in their 3rd rotation. Coming up for them, the always perilous beam.